Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I'm so excited to actually share my thoughts for this night, the first night of Hanukkah. So for all of you out there, know that today is the first night of Hanukkah, which is a Jewish holiday. It is known as the holiday of lights. And I want to talk to you a little bit about lights today. Okay, just a little bit. So take your time, stop whatever you're doing, and think about what it is that I'm going to share with you in just a moment. When I was young, in maybe kindergarten, first grade, second grade, we had this song that I learned in school in Israel. And it was going something like this. Banu choshech legaresh, beyadenu or va'esh, kol echad hu or katan, וכולנו אור איתן, סורה חושך על השחור, סורה מפני האור. So now I'm going to translate this to you, okay? And it says, we have come to chase the night. In our hands is a small light and it says, and fire, right? Each one of us is a small light, but together we are mighty. And I wanted to talk to you about light today. So what does light mean to you? I just produced a podcast about that, and there's a blog, so you can read more about what I said over there. But what I think about light, how do I define light, is really positivity. It's that easy one-word sentence, positivity. And today, when I was walking with my dog, it was when it was still dark, and I saw all the Christmas lights that our neighbors had. And it really warmed my heart to see this. Regardless if you're Jewish or not, if you're celebrating Hanukkah or celebrating Christmas or celebrating whatever it is that is right now all about lights, it's beautiful to think about light in the midst of darkness. And this year, Hanukkah and Christmas and all this season is going to be quite different than other years. Would you agree? Right? It's been nothing like what we have experienced in the past. This experience is new for each and every one of us. But the idea of light being positivity, that's not a new idea. Right? We see the light at the end of the tunnel. None of this is a new idea. And as a matter of fact, when I wrote my book, Moments of the Heart, the very last entry in this book, I called it, You Can Bring Light. You see, the world, in the biblical sense, was created in darkness. We humans can't create darkness. All we can do is bring light. So let me ask you, how do you bring light into this world? If you know me by now, you'll know that I'll insert something about the Hebrew language, right? So let me tell you, positive, to be positive, the word positive and the word must and the word o in Hebrew share the same root. Chiyuvi, chayav, chova. Now try to make a sentence out of that. Because why? Because in Hebrew, when the root of the word, which is the three basic letters, consonants, if they're shared in other words, that means that the words are connected, okay? So many times I ask people, put them together in a sentence for me. So I'm asking you, put the word positive, must, and o in a sentence. It could be two out of the three. Okay, I'm not gonna make you do all of them. So what do you get? Positivity is a must. I owe it to be positive. I must be positive. Now, here's a question. Why? Why do we? Maybe the answer is answering the opposite question. Do you want to be negative? Is negativity where you thrive? Do you rather be anxious, overwhelmed, disappointed, angry with yourself and with the world around you? I bet you don't. I bet you don't. I believe in humanity and I believe in every human being. And I think the essence of us is positive, is chiyuvi. And we must, because as humans, we're created to bring light into this world. But it does require choice. We're not, sometimes get up in the morning and sometimes we're not that positive. Positivity is a choice. And I call it, it's a job from the inside out. Positivity is from an inside out perspective. How do you choose to be positive? What do you do to cultivate that? Right? So many times we go into our automatic kind of behaviors, things that we have been used to all of our lives. And that idea of bringing a light onto yourself, because the first thing is you need to have the light onto you so you can see where you're going, right? But then the next part is actually to bring it to other people, to light the way to other people. In the Talmud, it says, ner le'echad, ner le'me'ah. A candle for one is a candle from hundreds. So that means you can light the way. But wouldn't you also choose to gather around other lights? So together you can create even more magnificent light? I think you would. So I want to wish you a happy holiday of lights. And holiday of lights is Hanukkah, but it's also the entire season. And knowing that we've had really the hardest time right now, the time that is most darkest, and it's going to get even a little bit more difficult, January and February. I hope that you, as the song says, Kol echad hu or katan. Every one of us is a small light. Vekulanu or eitan. But together, we are a mighty light. And I hope you can bring that into yourself, in your life, and to people around you. And not only today, and not only this season, but forever. Thank you, everybody. Bye.